Dawson, these are heady days for Crystal Palace. Not just this amazing run, but they sit second in the Premier League ahead of the games to come this evening and, of course, Super Sunday tomorrow. I mean, they were well worth that win as well. We knew it was going to be a massive test for Liverpool, and it's a test that Liverpool, at times, couldn't live with.
They couldn't, and credit to Crystal Palace. We spoke about them early on in the show, and the togetherness and resilience that they show together. And I think it just shows second in the Premier League, 3 points behind Liverpool. And you can go all the way back to last season and what they achieved, winning an FA Cup. Start of this season, winning the Community Shield against Liverpool, and it just brings massive belief. And they're in European footballers having to deal with that midweek, Saturdays, midweek again, because they haven't got the biggest of squads. But I tell you what, they've got some real talent in that team, and players, obviously Sarr coming back in and getting his goal. Pino, two in middle of the park. Adam Wharton, wow, this boy is special. Got brought off.
Something else, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still getting back to fitness, but he just plays with a calmness and experienced head, plays forward whenever he can. Kamada next to him, unbelievable as well. I just can't compliment this Crystal Palace team enough from back to front. Mateta holding the ball up, physicality, creating chances. Unfortunately for him, he didn't get a goal today, but he brought numerous saves out of Alisson. And if it wasn't for Alisson in the first half, they could have been out of sight. I mean, the first goal came from a really poor defending from Liverpool, in swinging corner. Gravenberch gets it all wrong. He's at the back post, should clear it away, heads it back towards, and Sarr scores the goal. But they had opportunities. And this was Premier League at its best. As a pundit sat here watching football on a Saturday afternoon, it doesn't get much better. Honestly, it was a great game of football, two top teams, and Liverpool chucked the kitchen sink out at the end. And just when they got back to 1-1, I thought, here we go, it's going to be one winner. But Palace kept going, 90 plus 7 minutes, they get the goal. And that's where Arne Slot was going mad, and those Liverpool players, because there was 6 minutes of time added on, scored 97.
He can't complain about that. There's so many late goals so far this season. But that atmosphere at the end, and we know how rocking that stadium can be. But you don't often see scenes like that, where minutes after a Premier League game in September is finished, it's like a cup final.
Well,
you can understand why. That's
I mean, Palace were unbeaten for a long time, and they wanted to keep this going. This was against a Liverpool team who'd won 5 out of 5, and people are saying, they're not quite at the level we would expect, and I would agree with that. I mean, his team selection, Arne Slot, would be questionable in my opinion. No Gakpo on the left. In the first half, it was so narrow. Florian Wirtz, unfortunately, at this moment in time, hasn't got to the level that we expected. And certainly, me and I'm a big,
there's some
big
growing question marks over him. It's still early. He's still adjusting to the Premier League. But are the question marks growing for you?
I mean, look, we're 6 games into the Premier League. He cost an awful lot of money. He's still very young, and we know how demanding the Premier League can be. But it was just a fact when I saw the team sheet and there was no Gakpo. They were so tight. It was so compact. And it was pretty easy for Crystal Palace to get down that right-hand side under Muniz, and he had an opportunity. Alisson again. Crystal Palace, second in the Premier League. Well done, you guys.
And how would you assess overall Isak's afternoon? Gets his first Premier League start. Overall disappointing?
Yes, he probably played more minutes than we would have expected. Rio Ungamoa came on with 10 minutes plus time added on, if that. So they got 80 plus minutes from Isak. He would never, ever have played that. He had a header opportunity that he probably should do better with. He looked a little bit frustrated. We saw a little bit of glance where McAllister played a top-class ball in, and he gets it stuck under his feet and pushes past the post. Fine margins. He's still got to find connections with his teammates, but I'm taking nothing away from this Crystal Palace team. They were absolutely sensational today.
Galatasaray away in the Champions League next week. It's Chelsea away, then Manchester United at home in the Premier League. Listen, it's their first defeat of the season. They had a wondertal start. A lot of people felt at some point those late goals and being less than convincing that the luck would run out at some point. Nothing to worry about at the moment. But in terms of things he needs to fix, in terms of getting all these amazing parts functioning at their very best, what's his biggest area of concern right now?
Well, defensively, you look at the opportunity that he's giving up, and you see the scoreline today, 2-1. It could have been more to Crystal Palace. It could. Obviously, two set pieces. Obviously, the second one was the second phase from Eddie Nketiah late on, but the first one will be really disappointing. I mean, that's just an individual error. He's just got the head wrong, and it's gone back into the 6-yard box. That can happen, but when it keeps happening, people keep questioning why. It's not like they're not working, but what it brings enormous amount of pressure. So every set piece, it's like, oh my word, anxiety goes through, you switch off for a second, then it's another goal. And we've seen it too many times this season with Liverpool. We've always talked about how good they are going forward. Today I didn't really see that. I don't think they were great. And I think he was very honest there. Crystal Palace were the better of the two teams and they got the just rewards.